Hello and welcome back to another video. As you can see here in today's episode, we are going to be discussing the OpenSuspect project because admittedly it's been a long time since I have shown you the progress of this open source free software social deduction game in a video form. So if you've been following the devlogs, you might have seen some of the things that I am going to show you, but if you are only following my videos, then you might have missed some things, because the last time I did like this review of the game status, the kind of the dev vlog, because it's a video log, then that was around this time then these things have been implemented, and since then you can see that while there are a few pull requests that have been rejected, but there are many more that have been implemented. So we have merged many pull requests, many new functionality have been added to the game, both to the backend, and some of them are more visible. And one of these things I just got merged is some changes to the appearance selection system. Not much, it's a kind of fine-tuning of the system and the addition of a great new sprite collection, which includes this curly hair, these eyelashes, and this skirt, this blazer and skirt outfit. I've also changed the other outfits a little, so I added a few shadows here and there to make them a little more similar. You can see that there are some shadows have been added, and I revamped this tuxedo design, so I added the tuxedo is now longer and has like a little better shape, I think. And well, this one has not been changed, and this one is just original version is almost perfect. So, and I don't have the source files of this, so I did not do anything with the beige suit. You can see here now how the skin color slider and the hair color slider works, and maybe if I change to a different kind of facial hair style, you can see that also the facial hair color selector works the same way, but it's a kind of if you want a woman character, then you might not want the sideburns. You just want maybe an eyebrow or these nice eyelashes that I've just made there. Maybe you don't like the curly hair, but you know, this is now fully functional. I've added this kind of, previously it was just based on the file names, so these selections, the different sprites were just named based on the file names, but now I just added the custom text, which makes it possible to translate these into different languages, which will be good on the long term. So let me just save this character. Let's start the game, and as you can see here, we have things on the map. So these are items, and we can pick up items. I can actually zoom in a little, or just zoom out, doesn't matter. So I can use my keyboard. The P key is used for picking up and throwing an item. Or if I put these items on top of each other, then once I throw one, I can pick up another. And how it works, you can see that the items get either highlighted by green or yellow. So green highlighting means that if I press the E key, then that will be the item that I will be picking up. The yellow items can be picked up by clicking on the item itself. And there was a first implementation had a little problem, and that was that if I just run through the map and just press E very fast, then I can just, because when I pick up an item that's a little distance from me, then this item just flies to my hand. So what I could be doing is I could run and just constantly throwing and picking up an item, so that would allow me to basically bring two items with me at the same time. But I added a timer, so after you drop an item, you just cannot pick up for a second, and that delay kind of negates this this issue. So if you want to pick up this battery or you want to pick up the wrench, this is how it works. We also added this tasks display. So we have personal and global tasks. So if I have a personal task, I can just come here. For example, I have to set this clock to whatever 240 or something. And when I set it to 240, you can see that it's now 2:40, and my personal tasks have all been finished, so it just closes automatically. I don't have a global task right now, so let me just go back to the lobby and start a new game. So now we have a global task, and so if I just come to this global task, if someone else finishes it, it will still get green on my screen. So let me just get this guy here. I am doing this on a different screen, so that's why you don't see what I'm doing, but basically I'm just setting the clock to the proper position here. Now once that's done, you can see that now my global task display got also green, and the proper time that has been set up has changed. So this text has been changed to the proper time. So this is kind of a silly task. This is not going to be in the final game. It is kind of our prototype task, which we use to test out how the backend should be working, how synchronization of these things between the different clients should be working. And so this is kind of an ongoing project to consolidate the task backend into something really universal. And once that's been implemented, we will be like start to add the real tasks. But this is like a very simple task to implement for just testing purposes. So that's why we keep it. And I'm just trying to. Finally, I'm an infiltrator. All right. So if you are an infiltrator and you pick up an item, you cannot use the gun. You cannot kill someone. And if the other person is holding an item, and if I kill the guy holding the item is on the floor, and I can pick up the item, and if I pick up the item, I cannot reload my gun. So these are kind of the item-related things. The items will be used for tasks, so there will be a task, for example, that's just a simple cabinet, and once you pick up something from the cabinet, then it will appear as an item, and so you can just take it to another room. Maybe it will be required by another task. So if you want to start the task, you have to you have to be holding the item when starting the task. So something like that will be implemented in the future. And yeah, I guess this is kind of the showcasing of the newest features of this game, and I will be doing a tutorial soon, or not really a tutorial, but like a more deep explanation of the code, how this customization system works now, because I think we figured this out quite well. So if you want to make your own multiplayer game, maybe you can get some good ideas from how to implement this customization, because especially now I can change my appearance here. I can switch to a different set of clothes or just totally randomize my character. And let me just randomize my character to something very strange. All right, then we don't want them to be changing in-game, because this is a social deduction game, so I killed this guy and I changed my appearance to something else that would make it impossible, to figure out who did what, because then the only thing you would have to look at are the names, and that's much more difficult than identifying the characters based on clothes. So, but you can see that my changed appearance have been saved. So if I go back, it's saved. So if I go back to the lobby, the game is finished, then this is the time when my customization have been applied. So I will be talking about how this was implemented, how we are using the different sprites to switch around, how we implemented the animations and things like that. So if you are interested for that and you are not yet subscribed, you can, subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And well, before I sign off, I wanted to also show you that we have a few interesting things in the works right now. So these are the things, all task related things. So just some final polishing on this backend that will let us make a very interactive tasks with syncing over the network and different outputs and inputs and stuff like that. So once this will be finished, we can finally get the maintenance tasks and the container tasks to work properly. And if I go back to my issues page instead of the pull requests, we have some hand-drawn rooms, which we did not have the time yet to implement in Godot. So that's one thing that is on our list of things to do. And if anyone of you guys who want to contribute, maybe you are not really like too good at programming, maybe you are not even that good at art things, like drawing things, this might be an interesting issue for you to pick up, or at least help us in this. So what you have to do basically is get the drawings that was done by someone else and just, put it in Godot the same way that this kind of train have been put in Godot. So that's kind of more like a point and click style of thing. So of course, if you don't know Godot, you will still have to watch some tutorials, read up some manuals to check how to do this, and you can analyze how it have been implemented for this train section. But that is something that you could be able to just learn without actually knowing programming and without actually having any kind of serious creative thinking. So look at just what I've been doing. So I don't have much creativity, but I could get things that other people draw into Inkscape and then into the game. So I guess that's something. Just practice and you can do something. You can help us, please help us. We need people to help us. Anyways, okay. So I think I've been talking enough. So if you want to see more OpenSuspect or other open source and free software related things, as I'm talking about those things quite often, or at least and sometimes I even upload videos about them. So subscribe if you don't want to miss those. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up or fire or upvote or whatever on the video site you're watching this on. And I guess I will see you next time. And bye bye.